Welcome back.
Welcome back. It is week 7, hometowns. I'm excited. A couple of weeks ago, we had 2 episodes in 1 week. So there was
week 5, night 1.
Week 5, night 1, week 5, night 2. We thought that week 5, night 2 was week 5, night 2. Turns out it was week 6 is what they called it, which means last week was week 7. This week is supposed to be week 8. But we're still calling it week 7 because in our lives...
This is the 7th week of Bachelor. It's the 8th episode.
It's the 7th time we've done this.
No need to confuse at abc.com.
We've got 4 lovely women tonight on Hometowns. We have Hannah Ann, we have Kelsey, Madison, and Victoria. Let's start from the top with Hannah Ann. Peter made Hannah Ann a list of things he loves about her, and it gave her her southern accent back.
Yeah, her accent was strong this episode. I think that comes from being in your hometown.
I don't know. It was the second that he gave her the letter, and she's like, my heart. You know, she
let her guard down. She stopped doing her pageant voice and brought back her actual voice.
I have a problem with this, and I'm sorry for those that I'm going to offend right now. When Hannah Ann takes Peter back to her house, her sister says, Sissy, do you want to talk?
You don't like that?
Yeah.
What about Bubby?
Did someone say Bubby?
No, but growing up, me and my brother and sisters were Bubby and Sissy. That's what we called each other until I was like 19. I don't like it. The dad says, don't say you love her. Don't waste the word unless you know that's where you're going to end up. 5 minutes later, Peter tells Hannah he can confidently say he's starting to fall in love. And that literally means nothing.
Yeah. Starting to fall in love. I don't think that I've ever told somebody, hey, I want you to know that I'm beginning to fall in love with you. Like I might fall in love with you.
That's not even a real phase. It's made up for the show.
Yeah, but we also waited like a year to even say
exactly. Because you're not in love, and then you're in love.
And then one day you are.
That thing they're calling starting to fall in love, that's not an actual phase.
It might be.
Every second I'm with someone, I'm starting to fall in love with them.
Wow. Yeah, no, you're right.
It's just like...
It's going to happen.
You're always somewhere on the scale, but it doesn't matter until you're in love.
And then Hannah Ann tells Peter, I am in love with you.
She doesn't mince words.
Next up, we have Kelsey's one-on-one. And of course...
She finally got her choice to come up with any date she could dream up in the whole world. And she said, can we just drink wine?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, instead of just drinking wine, I figured we could make our own bottle.
Here's the thing. I know that you don't like Kelsey. I like Kelsey, and I think that Kelsey lets Peter shine.
Anyone would shine next to her.
Kelsey tells Peter that she's in love with him, but she's been saying that for a while now. When they're back with the family, they have dinner, and we find out that Peter has never had a crab rangoon before. Are you kidding me? I really didn't write that much for Kelsey.
All I wrote for them was cool ass stepdad.
Yeah, I wrote cool stepdad for sure. He was super cool.
He was like no pressure.
Yeah.
But like, don't hurt her, but like, it's cool if you do.
Yeah.
Oh, quick contrast. Their date ended. They didn't kiss through the window of the SUV. When Hannah Ann's date ended, they couldn't stop kissing even as the car was driving away.
Mm-hmm. The tire was basically rolling over Hannah Ann's foot.
Watch this.
Is that note card done?
Yeah, and it's like we're on the late show.
I just must have gotten bored during this day because I wrote Mom talks with Kelsey, and then there's nothing else after that.
Yeah, it was a warm conversation. I wrote that.
It was fine. Everything was fine.
I don't want to sound insensitive, but it looked like...
No. What are you going to say?
It looked like all 3 of the sisters were like...
I don't know what you're going to say.
Lab experiments gone wrong. Like the mom kept cloning herself, and then when she finally got one that was passable as a human, she was like, all right, go on The Bachelor. And
like I said, everything was beautiful and everything was fine. Nothing was wrong with it. Next up, we have a burp coming from my mouth. Hold on. Get off your group chat.
We're talking about Bachelor.
No, you aren't.
Oh, no, we're talking about Curb. Y'all want a Curb recap?
No, we're not going to do a Curb recap.
Okay. We leave Iowa, and we're back down south to Auburn, Alabama, right outside Auburn University, where Madison's father is the assistant coach.
There you go. Basically just at Auburn the whole time. We are now on Madison's hometown date. Okay, the basketball dribbling that her and Peter did was so cute.
Yeah.
It was so cool to see her in her element. and him not do it very well.
Yeah,
it was cute.
She was good.
And they played together. I've been asking to buy a volleyball for 5.5 years now. I want to play volleyball with you so bad. My people know. Some of these people, they played with me.
Yeah. The thing is, basketball...
I went in for Paige.
I can go...
Because Paige is tall and I'm not. So I was the libero, so I went in for Paige.
Shout out Paige. Volleyball's kind of hard one-on-one.
No, it's not. Come on.
It's a lot of cardio. We could bump set spike in the backyard all day long.
Can you imagine?
Anyway, I liked when they went into the open arena and the message from Charles Barkley, and then when he finished, Madison goes, "That's Charles Barkley."
Yeah, and I'm glad she said that. I don't know who Charles Barkley is.
But I'm sure Peter's played NBA Jam. He knows who Charles Barkley is.
They leave the basketball arena. They're heading over to Maddie's house, and Maddie starts listing off everybody that he's going to meet, and it reminded me of your sister and her baby and how she does flashcards for him.
Oh, yeah. My sister and her child, Jonah. He's like... I don't know if kids are 6 months old or 3 years old. They kind of all look the same until they're 12.
Jonah's like 1.
He's 1 or 2 or 0, but
yeah,
he can say like 30 people's names.
Who's that? Yeah, but all flashcards. So that reminded me of that.
Yeah. Cute kid.
Real cute kid. Again, I just don't like when people say certain things. So when Peter says, "I'm a hugger."
I'm a hugger.
Oh.
That's just to break the tension.
I know, but I hate it so much because when people tell me I'm a hugger, to me, I say, "Oh, well, I'm not."
Yeah. No.
No one goes in for a handshake anymore. I always go in for a handshake.
I do too.
People are always going in for a hug. What am I supposed to say?
We'll fix
I'm
that.
a handshaker.
We'll reverse that trend.
Am I supposed to say that?
You say put her there.
I can't say put her there. Me?
You know what I do? I do like that guy on the airplane.
They have a special plate at dinner. Maddie's family, they all sit around and they have a special plate. Whoever gets the special plate, that means that everyone else goes around the table and says something nice about that person. I don't care how many times they've done it. I need to have that special plate every single night.
Your whole life is that special plate. I didn't like Peter's soft answers to Madison's dad out back. It was always like, I feel like if this right now, I could say this. He never just gives a straight answer.
Yeah.
Part of this new generation of kids.
I think he's just trying to be cautious.
He is, but that's what I don't like about him. Sometimes you have to say what you mean.
And he did say what he meant with Ann's dad.
The only other thing I wrote about this date was I love that she loves her parents. Mm-hmm. Because after our first date, old Bonehead and I, after our first date, we were texting late that night. And I said, "Tell me about your parents." And you said something really nice about both of them. And that's when I was like really into her. You.
Really?
Yeah, because I told you it was refreshing to meet a woman, or a girl at that point, who loved and respected her parents. That's a really attractive quality.
That is so cute. Yeah, I love my parents. But that was very cute because Maddie's dad was not giving him a hard time, but she was kind of saying, or he was kind of saying, "Look, I've been praying for your husband forever, and Peter might be it, Peter might not be it. I haven't closed that door yet." And a lot of other people would have been frustrated at that and been like, but dad, it's, he's the one. But instead she said, "I love you." That was her response to her father saying that. That was really, really sweet.
Yeah. I got to be careful with the show or I'll fall in love.
Maddie's mom does pull her aside at one point and asks Maddie if she has had that talk with Peter yet about how she is saving herself for marriage. Mm-hmm. Madison has not had that conversation with Peter yet, but she will next week. So still hanging on to that one.
Okay.
Victoria.
Let's get to the real reason for the episode.
Woo!
We're at Victoria at Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Which, by the way, took me a long time to realize Virginia Beach was not in California.
That's a weird assumption.
It's a great date, so we think. So
it
far,
went really well. They got
to
see Hunter Hayes.
Mm-hmm. And he sings a song that says, "I don't want easy, I want crazy."
Yep.
So that really sets the tone for everything. Some girl named Marissa, who we now know is one of Peter's exes. comes up to him and says, just be careful. I'm from here and I know what a good guy you are, and I don't want who you are to be affected by someone else. You're a great guy and you don't deserve what you're on a date with right now. She also says, I used to be friends with her, and things happened and we aren't friends anymore. There have been many relationships broken because of her. I don't think it's a good relationship for you to be in.
Now, will we classify that as tea or shade?
I don't know those words.
Okay.
It's just
gossip, but it's like
no, but it's not
mean.
It's not gossip because it's in her friend group. She knows firsthand.
I read all the articles about what she said.
Yeah. Are we gonna say it? Are we gonna be the gossip person?
No, we're not gonna talk about the claim. We're going to talk about the motivation behind the claim, which is this Marissa girl is just, she wants her 15 seconds. She's got nothing going on in her life.
See, now that's gossip.
I'm gossiping about her.
Okay, well,
I'll never gossip about Victoria F.
Well, then I'll gossip about Victoria F. Here's the thing. Victoria F has been with multiple married men and has broken their relationships up. Mm-hmm. Not one, not two, but like 3 or 4 marriages. Allegedly. Have come to an end because of Victoria F.
Allegedly.
But
they probably came to an end because of internal problems in their marriage. Victoria F is just...
Okay, but Victoria F clearly is like this manipulative, crazy girl who can do these crazy things to guys. Because Peter's sitting there saying like, Victoria, you are not listening to me. Why aren't you listening to me? And then still he invites her back.
We're going to talk to George Boone about this real quick. He'll know what to do.
Yeah, George will know.
Hey, George Boone.
Hey, this is he.
Hey, Andy and Sarah here.
Hey.
Hey, George.
Hey, Sarah.
You're on the air.
Oh, I am?
Oh, I'd say you are. I'd say the cameras are rolling.
Okay, what a surprise.
Okay, all right, enough of that. So, hey, we were just talking about Victoria F's date, and we wanted to get your thoughts. Best part, worst part of the date.
It was a lot of pressure. I didn't have these facts lined up ahead of time. I'd say the best part, it just proves even further that Peter is an idiot and he'll believe anything she says, no matter what, especially when she starts to fake cry. Worst part was Victoria's acting, because she didn't shed a single tear, but she kept touching her eyes like she did. So that's my thoughts. I'd say on a high level.
Interesting.
Dang.
So do you think the next week having a fantasy suite played into his keeping her at all?
Oh, yeah. He's wanted that there since the moment he set eyes on her. That's all he's been thinking about.
Yeah. Get in line, Peter. All right. Well, we don't want to keep you up too late. We're trying to keep this one short. Is Hallie there?
Yeah, she is. She's hanging out with our newborn child.
Oh, she might be a little busy.
Way to work that in there. Can I ask Hallie a question?
No, she's busy.
Yeah.
She said...
I'm here.
She's just burping our kids. You can ask her a question.
Everyone back here wanted to know, how do you feed?
Oh my God. No.
Be a breast.
No.
Nice. Okay, cool. All organic. All right. Well, we'll check in with you another time. It's good to hear from you.
All right, you too.
Alrighty.
Sorry, Hallie.
Okay, so after the date and after he gets that bomb from Marissa, Peter and Victoria are about to go into the house to meet the family, and he stops her on the stoop, on the steps, and says, hey, I ran into this person. She says she knows you, friends of a friend, said that you have ruined relationships. And Victoria's response was very mature. What did she say?
She said, I haven't broken up any relationships. And then she got really defensive and whiny. At one point, Peter goes, excuse me? And she said, excuse me what?
Yeah, nice.
You literally just came in here to act like that? Are you kidding me?
Excuse me? I literally
Excuse you what?
As much as I hate watching them talk, because it's like nothing's getting done,
It's horrible.
I loved Peter tonight saying, do you ever fight for anything you want?
I love that.
I like that he called her on it more than once. He like really drilled that home. After she walked away and came back, he was like, you just keep leaving. Maybe if you got to the end of the conversation, we would have had some progress or whatever.
And when she was whining, his jaw was literally dropped. And even when she walked away from the stoop, he just...
Because it's unbelievable that someone is that underdeveloped mentally.
It's so sad.
In that body. Basically, they didn't get to meet the family. That was so unfortunate for the family, because I'm sure they cleaned the house and touched up all the paint and all that stuff, and then the camera crew didn't even have to do anything.
Well, it may not even have been their house. They may have rented it.
I was thinking that people rent houses for this. People remodel their homes for this. Like they take out $60,000 HELOCs, home equity line of credit, in preparation for these big nights. So I'm sure the family was like, oh, Victoria ruined another night.
And they seemed like a great family. Afterwards, we saw a little clip of them. They seemed fun. Nana seems cool.
Yeah, like to get some of those Nana kisses.
Yeah, I'd like a nice Nana kiss.
Perfect. Nobody likes Nana kisses.
That's initiation.
Nana kisses are cringy.
That's initiation.
Just that question made me uncomfortable. Nana kisses are cringy. Nobody really wants the Nana kiss.
So the next day, he's at his hotel brooding, talking about how he just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. Victoria F walks in and asks to talk, so they sit down together. I did like, though, that Peter accepted her apology. Didn't really like that much, but he accepted her apology and then restated, we have no communication skills.
So she's completely ruined the date, the weekend, whatever. And then she goes, so the ball's in your court? To make basically she's like, you tell me, am I your wife or not? Like I literally can't give any input on that.
I hated that.
When clearly she's the one that needed to make the
decision.
change. Yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna stop being a child. But she was like, just tell me what happens next. I don't need notes for the rose ceremony.
The roses go to Hannah Ann, Madison, and Victoria.
That was the big shocker.
Yeah, but I feel so bad for Kelsey. Like, Kelsey really liked Peter.
A lot of people like Peter. The real story here is right after the rose ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Madison realizes, now's my last chance to speak to Peter before we go into the fantasy suite week. And if I'm not the first one to see him, there's a good chance that by the time I see him, he's made some decisions that he can't reverse. So it alludes to her pulling him aside to have that conversation, but we don't get to see it happen until next week.
We'll find out next week.
But I'll preemptively say right now, I 100% support her giving him an ultimatum, and I don't think there's anything wrong with asking the person you're just about to marry, would you maybe not have sex with these two girls that I'm friends with?
I do too, and I have to say,
one day before you propose to me.
I know that no one liked Luke P, but when Luke P did this, I supported Luke P.
Yeah, even though he did it the completely wrong way.
No, he was horrible. Don't get mad at me. Yes, but the idea behind it of, these are my values, I'm saving myself. If you're going to be my partner, here's what I'm going to be okay with and not okay with. Like, those are normal things. So.
Yeah. It's controlling out in the real world. And I get it. I get you free love hippies out in the real world that are like, you can't tell me what to do with my body. Like, good for you. I get it. It's disgusting, but I get it. But in this environment, when you're about to be proposed to in one day, to tell the potential husband or wife, can you just not have sex for one day?
It makes me
That's
sad.
not controlling. That's like, I don't want to get someone that just gets
It's just respectful to not.
If they're all good with it, go nuts. Nick Vial, have fun. But like on seasons like this, when you have a Madison and you have her heart in your hands, you abstain.
Mm-hmm. You do your final thoughts and I'll react to it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to pop a bottle of champagne tonight to celebrate Kelsey going home. I've been rooting for that since the first night.
I disagree.
That's okay.
Go on.
I love Madison, as I've been saying also since the first night. However, I don't see things ending in her favor because I don't think Peter's capable of, meeting what she asks him to meet next week.
I don't know how I feel about that. I think that Madison is going to win because she has to win.
And that's why this could be a season where no one gets proposed to. Like, we keep hearing that this is an unconventional ending. We don't know what that means.
I'm cool with an unconventional ending. I'm cool with him not being with any of these people. Okay, we'll see you next week. Stay hard and keep jamming.
All right.
Okay, because Peter goes like this. Here, hold my watch.
He sets up a force field.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, go ahead.
Peter goes like this.
Yeah.
No, you do it.
He does the cool zombie.
No, you do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love dancing with Hunter Hayes.
Yeah.
Anyway,